Start off by leaning over and giving her a little kiss, if you would. There you go. And now, tell me your story. Bonnie, you'll start first.
My story?
Yeah, tell me your story. If you had to tell the story of your life in just a minute or two, what would it be?
I was born in Kittitas County, Washington, grew up there, became a school teacher.
What did you teach?
I taught music.
Okay.
And some remedial things in some schools. I met Digby when my dad and I flew into Canada and met him 100 miles from the nearest town, and we got married a year later.
How'd you meet Digby?
Oh, we met in Backwoods of British Columbia. So far back there you had to pipe daylight, you know. But anyway, she had gone with her dad, who had what was the Cessna 182.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she had flown into that part of the country, and I had flown in with my friend. We met at what we call a caribou stomp. That's where all the cowboys get together and the ranches around that area, and they go on for 3 days and they really party.
Huh.
And so I was one of the few that didn't drink, so it caught her attention.
Because I didn't either.
So what impressed you about one another other than the teetotaling?
He was a gentleman. He was just very nice person.
Well,
Handsome too. Yeah.
Got her fooled, but
What impressed you about Bonnie?
she was everything I ever wanted in a woman.
Such as?
Yeah, well, she was kind and considerate, but she was smart. And I always said if I was going to marry, I'm going to marry a big woman so I have big kids that wouldn't have to worry about anything, or a smart woman that wouldn't have to, the kids would be smart enough to get along in life. Kind of turned out that way too.
So tell me the love story from first meeting until you're married.
Well, I lived in the United States and he lived in Canada, so most everything was done by letters. And then maybe once a month or once every other month we'd meet at his sister's house in British Columbia, or he'd drive down and we'd meet at my grandmother's house, or we'd come over to Cle Elum. But mostly it was all by letters. There was no email then. We didn't have long distance capabilities that we could afford. So it was, we only decided to get married after we'd met 3 times.
3 times?
Yep, everything was letters before we ever decided to get married. And then once we made that decision, from there it was from August till the following June.
So you met in August and got married in...
No, we met in March of 1965.
And got engaged in...
August of 65.
And then got married in...
June of 1966.
Wow.
I give her a year to think it over.
But you only were together 3 times between when you met and when you got engaged?
Right.
Wow.
You learn more about a person through writing.
So we'll take a break for the phone call.